inside the well, life can get tangled. Might the money. Might the money. Might the money. I'm making money, Mike the.
All right, we good.
Welcome back to Mike the Money radio show and podcast, here with your weekly episode talking about crime and its impact on business. So let's kind of dive into a few interesting things that are even going on here locally in the city of Memphis. So have you or someone you know ever dealt with theft or fraud concerning your business? You just said the people were stealing.
I was just about to say,
Well, before you talking about people breaking your window and stealing everything you have in your store, you need to start looking at the people who are actually in your business stealing from you every day, all day.
Internally, okay.
If you're an absentee owner, you are probably being stolen from every day.
This is fake.
Educate the ignorance. What is the absentee owner? Like, what is that? I don't know what that is.
He's basically saying when you are somebody who owns the business and you have hired people to work for you, but you never actually present yourself, like you're never actually present to know what's going on in your business, your daily operations. You're putting your sole trust in the people that are there and you just never show up. You don't know what's going on and what's happening.
That's not a very good leader, is it? Or a good business owner.
Not.
You gotta at least check in once or twice a month.
Even when I worked at McDonald's, they used to fire them shift managers and sometimes some general managers all the time because the money came up short. Because, you have to think about it. And even if you're a small business, it's just you and somebody else and they control your invoicing. When people start understanding how much money you generate, it makes them feel like they'll do a piece of it.
I ain't gonna lie. I got the story. It's real short though.
Go ahead.
When I first started working, I was 16. This lady, she was like, 40. She had kids and everything. Her name was Erica, working at Burger King on Poplar. She used to try to dupe every single one of the high school students talking about our drawers were short. So she got me twice. She was like, hey, your drawer is $40 short. I got paid. I paid $40 back. So I was like, my baby miscounted. I'm stupid. It's okay. I was stupid. And then she did, it happened again. So my daddy was my daddy that time. My daddy picked me up from work and he was just like, what you doing? I said, I'm going to get the money back because she said my drawer is short. And I'm innocent. I'm trying to, my daddy went up in there and cursed that lady out so bad. Bro, he was literally about to hurt her. He was just like, because you brought, and she ended up getting fired the next day. But still, you really got people that's like that. They commit theft and fraud, not just to the employees, but will do it to the business too. Because you can only imagine how much money she was stealing from the actual store. Anyway, that was my little story.
So with that being said, and we can kind of talk about what's going on here locally, because I know some people have some mixed views around whether or not crime is actually increasing to businesses, for businesses right now here in the area, or if you just want to talk about it in general. But I know we could probably speak to a lot that happens here locally.
Places get robbed every day. That's why Family Dollar got them boards on the door. What do you mean? I'm sorry. That's so bad. Sorry, Family Dollar.
When you walk into the grocery store, you walk into Walmart and they got things locked up.
Man.
You already know how.
Walgreens.
And people just closing up businesses like Save a Lot in the hood. They say I cannot in the Walgreens and the Family Dollars because they can't keep enough. Because people keep stealing.
And they got security on every door. They have to pay extra money to keep their products safe because folks want to steal stuff. And that's all communities. Don't just let the hood fool you. Them folks really be shoplifting.
No, at this point, it really doesn't even matter where. It's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think it's two sides of it. People don't really understand. So to your point, we want. Because I know Memphis has a heavy food desert issue. Food is very inaccessible in a lot of those hood communities that we talk about, right? But also, too, the other side of that I found very interesting, I think me and Ephraim were talking one day, is that when you introduce those, mainstream grocery stores and places to where they might be able to get accessible or more healthier options, it's well, at the same time, sometimes you feel like it's kind of like a like a give and take situation, because once you do it, like you said, sometimes it ends up closing because it's so much theft that goes on because
They ain't got no
of
money.
poverty and so many things. Like it's so it's,
No, it's
like it's a
spoilage.
huge domino effect of things.
No, it's
that
spoilage.
happen.
Now, how many of y'all have gone to the grocery store with the good intentions of eating those fruits and vegetables, those fresh fruits and vegetables, and have watched them spoil inside of the refrigerator week after week with all your good intentions? Now, imagine you take that 100 times, 1,000 times for a grocery store. How can you sustain that?
Yeah.
A lot of people, well, we got to wrap it up, but a lot of people just don't know how to eat healthy. Like, they never been taught. And like you said, they're in those impoverished communities. And they ain't finna be about no fruits and vegetables for real. I'm just gonna be honest. You can go up in their house, you gonna see some SpaghettiOs and stuff in the can. I'm just telling you, they don't really eat healthy. So yeah, it's gonna spoil.
It's a lot to it.
Well,
It's a lot.
I'm sorry.
Well, let me say this.
Okay.
That's why the average convenience store in Memphis
Is-
grosses about $150
Right.
to $250 a
Right.
month. A month.
Yeah.
Because people do not want to eat. And now they got food now. They pop off the chain because I eat a lot of my food from the convenience store.
Taco Bell. Okay.
Well, let's move on to the next segment. We could probably continue this.
Better save your money, cause nobody gon' save you. Watching out for friends just in case they might play you. Talking down about the wall, make you feel disgusting. Dreadlock inside the well, life can get tangled. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike the money. I'm making money, Mike the.
Welcome back to Mike the Money Radio Show and Podcast. We're here with your weekly episodes talking about crime and its impact on business. Which type of crime hurts small businesses the most right now? So you talked about absenteeism. What are some other crimes that you feel like really hurt small business?
Weak management.
Okay.
Because now people don't understand paying people for salaries and them not working is theft. So I had to hire more people to get the same job done, and then they steal from me too. So I'm overstaffed. Just try to get one job done. I hired 3 people, and they're all on their cell phones, texting, doing social media, but not doing the job I hired them for. And that's the major theft that people are just not looking at if you're a small business.
So you are really focused on like the internals of the business, because like you ain't said nothing external yet.
That's what I say. What about shoplifting? Like, if it's just you,
trying to figure out
because you
what's
said small
happening.
business. So if it's just you and maybe one other person running the business, and y'all tight and you trust them, if somebody come in there and they stealing, because they only see is y'all too. I mean, they probably gonna have a getaway car right there, fill their little bags up, whatever you may have, and they gonna go. And that can be, especially if you're a small business like a boutique or something, that can cost a lot of money, because then you got to replace everything that's in there because it's your business.
Yeah, you usually have insurance to cover that.
Okay.
Okay, but the internal theft, the one that's taking away your cash flow.
So do you think internal theft is worse than external?
Yes.
Is that how you feel?
Yes, all day, every day.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we talk about external theft. That's a one-time event. And whether it happens multiple times a week or whatever, that's an external event.
Okay.
Internal theft is something that's happened every day, all day.
Why are you hiring people that's stealing from you?
Because weak management. it starts there. And then you have no systems or controls to understand what's happening to your money. You're supposed to be profitable. You see people coming in, but you're not making any bank. What's happening? Someone's stealing from you.
And you being a small business owner, you don't think that they gonna pick up on it?
I don't know. I talk to people. It's like
really?
it's a lady at a liquor store.
Well,
She gonna tell me that alcoholism stops in the summer because it's hot.
girl,
I'm like, no, someone's stealing from you.
Have you been to Bill?
right.
I'm confused.
No, someone's stealing from you.
J2 holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. And when she investigated, she found out someone was manipulating her inventory and they were stealing from her.
Wow. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Something 2 + 2 = 4. You when someone's stealing from you, they just stealing from you.
That's true.
So that Okay, so in terms of technology, because they manipulated the inventory, I'm assuming she uses some sort of technology to help her track that. So in terms of technology, how has technology changed the way that crimes happen? Has it made it easier?
Yes.
More accessible? Or has it, like, what are your thoughts?
It says cybercrime is a new frontier. Data theft, online scams, and fake invoices.
Okay.
This
But
what
when
it
you're
says.
talking about from an internal standpoint, because just like he said, so
Fake invoices.
a
You
lot
pay
of the
yourself- you can pay
things,
yourself.
well, that too,
That's what I'm saying.
that happens a lot too. But from an internal standpoint, because he was mentioning a lot of them don't realize they're being stolen from because they don't have internal processes or procedures that they follow just internally.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't realize it basically until it's like too late.
Right.
So if they were already doing these standard operating procedures on a daily basis to ensure that they were tracking things, they wouldn't have to realize it when it's too late. So in terms of that, how do you think that them having like the level of technology that we have now, like, do you feel like that's making it easier?
Okay, so I used to tell people when I was going to this networking place, most people look at numbers and they see numbers. Numbers tell me a story.
Right.
Okay, if I look at your numbers and I see, hey, your labor costs are extremely high, then I realize that, hey, they're stealing time from you. It's like if I bid out a job to be profitable and it comes back unprofitable, if I go down there and actually look at your employees, they're stealing time from you. They're taking unscheduled breaks. They're making sure they can put more time on the clock than what they're due. You know, and so, you know, if I go down there and send somebody to clean it up, all of a sudden you're making a profit. So they were stealing from you month after month on labor costs. And you know, and you just didn't see it. But you saw it, but you didn't interpret the data. I look at it and I say, hey, they're stealing from you on your labor. Food costs. If food costs are going up, but your profit is going down, okay, they stealing from you in the food. Are they taking your money out the register? You know, if it's not that you get better data, you have to know what the data means. You have to be able to interpret it to see what it's saying.
So as a small business owner that is new to trying to understand what those warning signs even looks like, how would you teach or train them? Like, what would you instruct them to do?
That's why they need a consultation with Mike Dub Money.
Oh my God.
Okay, so, and I don't disagree with you, but I just want, as we wrap up this segment, I just want to know who hurt you.
No.
These internal, we wrapping it up, but these internal, I'm like, dang, somebody must have really stole some
It's
money
probably things that he's seen with his clients.
No, I got you,
I understand.
No, but we're wrapping up this segment. We gonna move on to the next one, and you can debate me on the
Okay.
next one.
Man, I say your money cause nobody gon' save you. Watching out for friends just in case they might play you. Talking down about the wall, make it feel disgusting. Dreadlock inside the well, life can get tangled. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike the money. I'm making money, Mike the.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Mike Up Money radio show and podcast. We're here with your weekly episode talking about crime and its impact on business. So would you like to continue your rebuttal?
Don't look at me.
Okay. So this is what happened to me personally.
Okay.
Okay. I was working for a CPA. I had lowered my salary to bring on an employee that was working for me. And the CPA called me in and said, your employee is stealing from you and he's stealing from me. And I said, what? He said, yes. Okay. So I found out this joker was coming in like 5 or 10 minutes before I did. But he claimed on his time card he came in there hours before I did.
Came in how many hours?
Hours before I did. So I would get there sometimes about 10 or 11 o'clock because I stayed there till 3 o'clock in the morning doing work. And I was back there and he was claiming he was getting overtime. And this joker wasn't getting 40 hours.
I knew somebody hurt you.
No,
I
but
said it.
I say that because
No, you right though.
once you have that experience as a business owner, it makes you more passionate about theft and you understand theft in your business better. Everybody's concerned about the external stuff, but it's the internal stuff that's messing up your cash flow, that's tearing up your profitability that's making you lose money.
Okay, so with that being said, how do theft and fraud affect business pricing and profit margins? Can you go deeper into that? Because a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people don't even understand what real profit is. So you might have to break that down, Mr. Sir. And some also people are not aware of what profit margins are. So when you talk about this, share this with the people and then tell them they can book a consultation with you.
Oh, and also go into how numbers tell a story, because we say that all the time on my project. That is so true.
It's very true.
You got all the answers.
But if you're not tracking your numbers, you won't know that. So, yeah.
Okay, so profit margin is the percentage that you would like to make when you sell something or do a service.
Okay.
Okay, profitability, the actual profit, will vary, depends on the cost that you put against that. Okay, what happens is if I have someone stealing time, my profit margin goes down and my profitability may be zero, because that person has spent so much time, stole so much time from me, they actually didn't do the work. Or if it's supposed to took them 4 hours to do this job and now they're getting overtime. Not only are they getting twice as much as they should get paid, now they're getting bonus money.
Okay.
And so that kills your profitability and that destroys your profit margin. When you do an estimate, you put in the 6%, the 10%, the 50%, wherever the profit margin is supposed to be, but you don't manage that. A lot of people lose money on the management of the profit margin. If my food cost is supposed to be this amount and it's double that, someone's stealing my food. I taking my money out my register.
So if I eat with, like, I used to work in fast food and I used to eat up all the burgers. So that means I was stealing from the company. That means their fuel cost double. So that's basically what you're saying. Hey, don't let. I'm for real. I'm dead serious. Like, was I a thief when I was eating their food and I wasn't paying for it? And they stuff doubled and tripled.
Yeah, because
but they never said nothing. So that's their fault.
They pay for
okay. Okay, so this is what happens.
I'm done.
I was so mad at the third shift at McDonald's because
hungry.
I was told to watch the food bin. And the people in the drive-thru was selling special Sundays all night. And then all of a sudden they said, we holding on 2 Big Macs. The manager come yelling at me. I'm telling the manager they selling Sundays all night. How's Big Macs missing?
They eat it.
This went on and on and on. And then finally, after I started working at McDonald's, I met someone. They told me, yes, we was hustling in the drive-thru. Somebody needed cab money. So they would ring up a special Sunday, but then they would pocket the difference
Be like that.
between the food costs and what they would actually charge.
Yeah.
The report should have said, hey, I'm selling nothing but Sundays in the middle of the night. But why my food costs up? Because Sundays don't cost that much.
That's a really good example, actually.
Right.
Like, that's really fun.
It be
People
like
don't
that,
read
though.
the reports.
Yeah, it be like that.
That's really.
Especially
do
the
they
big
not
ones.
read them, or do they not know how to understand them?
You can't, hey, it's simple. How are you, McDonald's, selling 50 Sundays in an hour?
I'm just saying.
You know, it's
And your
That's why
your
the ice
food
cream
cost is
machine
up.
be broke all the time.
No, the ice cream machine don't be
my
broke.
brother told me that it don't be broke. They
It
just
don't
don't
be
be
broke.
wanting to clean it.
That's a weak management there.
I know.
And don't talk about McDonald's. They gonna look. Let's not talk about people, but you know, yeah, they don't be wanting to clean about it.
It's funny.
But you actually talked through our whole segment, so I'm glad you're very passionate about the Sundays and the drive-thru. We're gonna move on to our next segment. Praise the Lord.
Man, I see your money cause nobody gon' save you. Watching out for friends just in case they might play you. Talking down a diamond wood, make it feel disgusting. Dreadlock inside a well, life can get tangled. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike. I'm making money, Mike
We
the.
got a lot of hurt in this episode. All right, we good. We
I
good.
got a passion.
Welcome back to Mike the Money, the radio show and podcast. We're here with your weekly episode discussing crime and its impact on business. So let's talk a little bit about emotional and cultural impact. So how does crime affect employee morale and workplace culture?
I ain't trying to be funny, but
well, see, the thing about it is,
see, he very passionate.
if you have a culture
We're just gonna let you hear the whole episode.
Right,
of
what
weak
you said.
management and lack of managerial skills, Then you develop a culture of crime within your business. I had to go to a certain Sam's multiple times, calling out the managers and general managers saying, this particular person in your food parlor is stealing from you. I know they stealing from you because I observed it. They rung up my pizza combo. They took the change they had strategically placed on top of the register and gave it to me, but they did not ring it up. They did this multiple times.
So does that also? I guess so. Does that also encourage other employees to do the same thing? Like, hey, I'm getting
Yes.
this much.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Going back to the question, that
You have
lowers
a
your
culture of
morale.
things.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
lowers your morale overall because hey, she making this much by doing this on the side. Let me see if I can do it. Then let me see if I can do it. And then it becomes, oh, we missing this much money. Where it
Yeah,
go?
it becomes systemic.
Yeah, it's like I go to
So what are the consequences to
Kroger.
those employees then? Like what happened?
Nothing.
Nothing
I
if
go
the
to
managers
Kroger.
don't do anything.
I see people inside the restroom on their cell phones instead of getting the shopping carts out the lot so I can have something to put my food in. Are stacking the stuff. They it's just go on too much. There's
Not
too
too
much
much.
labor that's messed up.
So
Not
do
too
you
much on the cell
think,
phones.
but corporations versus small business, do you think corporations have a good handle on managing this stuff, or are they still like not getting to the bottom of it?
Heck no.
No, corporations
they
are
don't
worse.
care. They
Yeah.
make so much money. They like, oh, okay, whatever.
You know, it's probably built into like their,
Yearly
financials,
budget, whatever you wanna
to
call
like,
it,
hey, we
yeah.
know we probably gonna take a loss on this amount.
It's sad.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so sad.
Like when you think of corporations, we know we're gonna take a loss on this amount, or somebody's probably gonna do a slip and fall. Let's just go ahead and put a couple $100,000 over in case this happened. Like you have to kind of
is
build
it
that.
contingency that it's called?
I feel like into
I
your
understand.
business because that stuff it happens, and you have to have those contingencies.
I would say it has to be something like contingencies or something. I know it's not. Yeah, 'cause it has to be like it's like a safe blanket that they like. Okay, we know we're gonna probably lose this much.
Yeah.
Based on whatever, even if it's just not death, it could be anything.
Yeah.
You know, like some going crazy. So yeah, I think it's contingencies.
No, it happens is there's a change in management multiple times.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
they
you lose track
close
of
the
stuff.
store down.
Yeah.
And then they close the
Because
store
it's
down.
it gets to the point where it's so convoluted you can't even
No.
try to track the story back
It's
to fix
unprofitable.
it. You can't fix it.
Well,
No,
fire
it-
everybody and start over. That's what y'all saying.
No.
I'm
They
just asking.
fire the management first.
Why they firing managers when it's the people? The manager should have been fired. All of them.
Have you heard of the Art of War?
No. Well,
Okay.
yes, I have. I'm kidding.
Okay, the first thing they say if you have soldiers that do not do what you need them to do, the first thing you do is you punish the soldiers. The second time that happens, you fire the manager because the manager has developed a culture of non-performance.
Right.
That makes sense. Okay. So don't fire them right off. Like punish them, but then the next time you go after the big dog, and then they get scared and they start acting right. That's the mentality behind it.
You find someone who can execute.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, because when you come up with a bid, when you price your product, all the other stuff, you have a profit margin in there. If you're not getting your profitability, that means that something has gone wrong in the execution of that that's making it unprofitable.
Okay. I got you. Cool.
This is funny. So after crimes have happened, do you feel like leaders can come back and build trust with, I guess, maybe their bosses, the company, the employees that they are supposed to be serving? Do you think that that's possible?
Fire all of them.
No,
Get rid of them. Start
no.
a new.
You have to get a new culture.
Yeah.
You should know it.
I'm just asking a question.
But you should answer that question yourself. You should know that once you develop a bad culture, you
Yes.
have to reform the culture. So you
do.
got to transform the management.
You gotta clean it
You
out.
got to clean it up.
Fire everybody.
Just like the school system. They have what they call fresh starts. They just fire everybody, the principal and everybody, and try to get the children to learn. But the problem with the children is they go tell the teachers, you fired. You can't tell me nothing.
I'm sorry. We got wrap up this segment and
Better save your money, cause nobody gon' save you. Watching out for friends just in case they might play you. Talking down a lemon wood, make it feel disgusting. Dreadlock inside a well, life can get tangled. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike I'm making money, Mike the.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We're here with your weekly episode talking about crime's impact on businesses. So let's talk a little bit about prevention, policy, and protection because you seem to know all the things about this. So let's
Fire
help
them.
the people out.
It's
Say
a,
fire them.
I'm done.
What basic security steps can every business take today, right now? We know they can book a consultation, but get them a little something to chew on until they book it.
Arrest everybody that did something.
as a business strategist,
I'm sorry.
you need to understand your business model. If you understand your business model, then you can understand the data that comes from the business model.
I tell people that all the time.
Okay,
job.
and then you can understand. I can help you find out where they're stealing money from you.
Right.
Okay, okay. The thing that people do not do is have a business model,
You're absolutely 1,000% correct.
so they can't execute the business model because they don't have one,
Because they don't have one.
and so therefore they don't understand where they're losing money at.
They got a business plan for a business model they don't even know.
Yes, and the numbers do mean something. I said, well, I just buy a camera so that they won't steal from me. Do you know them jokers would go in on the cash register, hit something for a lower dollar amount so it could be on the video, and so you think that they rung it up and they actually did not do that?
Yeah, that's so easy. I mean, and then if you have a business that's based on technology, and we talking about the cyberspace, then you're gonna have to have cybersecurity. But then you have to have a strong cybersecurity because you got these things called hackers. They do exist. Don't let people tell you that they don't, and they will hack into your business and screw you over. And then they'll put like malware, and you'll have to pay a ransom just to get everything. I'm so sick, man. I'm telling you.
But also,
I've seen
too,
it.
I think what people don't realize, a lot of the larger companies, they hire IT teams to track how many times, like, key punches, what people are doing. So there's supposed to be a report for that at the end of the month,
Yes.
to be able to see, okay, well, why did so-and-so void this item off so much? Or why did so-and-so adjust this price so much? Or why did so-and-so go in and, do whatever they did that they're only supposed to do so many times, within a day, if at all, right? So I know that's one way that you can kind of pay attention to stuff like that, but everybody can't afford to have that high-tech IT team that's watching the keystrokes behind the screen.
I say after all my years of working in different places, I've never seen a report like that. I can guarantee.
Well,
Employees
you
are
probably
never
wouldn't.
supposed to
I know
see
you.
it.
I know
But
employees.
it'll be reported to the manager because they literally hire people to monitor that.
So why do they not question those people then and fire them?
Actually, it's the manager's job to go and do the questioning because if they're because they track it by who's logged in.
Okay.
So I don't know if you all have like logins when you have to log into the
Yeah.
cash register.
Yeah.
They track it by who's logged in and they go by whatever the keystrokes are of that person that's logged in, even if it's not really that person that's using.
So that's why they fire the
cash
manager because they
register.
tell the manager to go get the person. The manager don't fire the person. The person keep doing what they doing.
Possibly.
Okay, so they go back to the internal controls.
Well, they fired the manager because the manager has created a culture of theft,
Okay, yeah.
and then they fired the employee that's actually doing the theft,
Right.
because they want to stop the theft. And the only way you stop theft is to let people see that if you steal from me, you will leave this job. But most importantly, I will prosecute
I
you.
just say they need to take action behind it. Well, companies need to take action behind it stuff. But sometimes, in some cases, you have I'm the big company suing the little person. So a lot of companies just don't do it. They don't even go after the people that do it. I'm just gonna be honest. I've seen it happen multiple times in my industry. It's like, oh, they're the big bad guy, and they going after this person. Nah, we're not doing it. Then they be like, oh, I'm treated unfairly, and I want this, and I want that. Then you got a case. Then the big company ends up paying that person anyway.
Yeah. So that leads to a great question around, like, should companies publicly address crime or handle it privately? Because I feel like there's so many things we just don't hear about.
Yeah,
What-
they hide a lot of
So I
stuff.
feel like this is like an everyday thing. I'm sure this is like everyday for.
okay, let's look at
I think it depends.
No, yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
But look at Donald Trump. Anytime someone does anything against Donald Trump always defends his lawsuits and he does not settle.
Right.
Okay, Diddy did not do that. Now he got lawsuits on top of lawsuits on top of lawsuits. When people find out that you will settle, it's like what's that guy, Shay Shay? When he settled that thing with that person, he lost that $100 million contract. When they find out you were settled, you're gonna get more of that.
Yeah, you're gonna get more people popping up, and
Yeah.
it makes sense.
When they find out that you're gonna fight them and you're gonna sue them and you're gonna prosecute them, you get less foolishness.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can understand it. That makes sense.
this just like I heard.
But does it also lean into as well? You basically saying, yeah, I did it because you settled.
No, some people just don't want to go through the headache of dealing with it. I'm just gonna be on some people.
But I feel
Well-
like the culture paints a lot of the times where once they settle, it's like, oh, okay, we know you did it.
What? No,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
Some
It's-
people just want to make it go away.
Yeah.
It's a cost benefit ratio.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cost of litigation is
Break it
so
down for
is more than just giving them $2.50 go away.
What is the cost benefit ratio?
Yeah,
They don't
but
know
the
that.
thing about billionaires, they understand I have to continue to fight everything because if I fight everything, I do not have a reputation of settling. It's just like you hear these attorney commercials. There are some lawyers that settle everything, and they never take anything to court, and they never get the big verdicts back. And those the ones that go to court, they get the big $1 million verdicts because they know they will go to court.
So,
But
but what?
we gotta wrap up this segment and wrap up this episode. So let's move on to the closure.
Better save your money, cause nobody gon' save you. Watching out for friends just in case they might play you. Talking down a diamond wood, make you feel disgusting. Dreadlock inside a well, life can get tangled. Mike the money. Mike the money. Mike the money. I'm making money, Mike the.
So let's go ahead and wrap up this week's episode by saying you can follow us across all socials at Mic'd Up Money, MICDUPMONEY, especially YouTube now because we got YouTube now, so y'all can watch us on video now.
See the faces behind the voices, you know.
You can put faces with names now. But also too, if you heard something that was helpful on this episode, if you would like to provide us feedback or even give us insight as to what you would like to see coming up, we would love for you to reach out to us across all of our social channels. You can also go to our website, www.mic'dupmoney.com, and book your consultation if you heard anything that you found to be helpful and you need guidance in the right direction. And also, you can do
The Next Level Playbook. That's a $12.99 subscription. Or you can be a guest on this show. Or we can do commercials for you on this show.
Sponsors, baby.
Or you can be a sponsor of our episodes.
Don't we look nice? You can sponsor us.
All of that's on mic'dupmoney.com.
and
And
that'll,
if you're a new artist, just like we have our new artist that's going to be doing an interview shortly that created the Mic'd Up Money theme show. Well, he's a new artist to us.
He's new to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
But he not new.
We can do a show around you and feature your clean music.
Make sure you make 2 versions of it. Then go on the radio. We ain't playing no dirty stuff. Okay.
And that will wrap up this week's episode.